What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Soul Break. Thanks for stopping by my channel. So today I am very excited about the sneakers that I'm about to review. These are actually a grail pair of sneakers from my very short history of sneaker collecting, and these are the Air Max 90s Bacon. These released last Friday, and I just got them in the mail tonight, and I was very lucky to have copped these for retail, actually for below retail on Nike.com in my home country. Now, when I say that I cop my shoes for retail, usually means that I cop them for below retail because I get an automatic 5% discount on my account on Nike. So it's always a plus to, grab something for retail on release day. Now, these did sell out really quickly online. It's just that I knew they were gonna restock because I knew a lot of people were gonna like let go of their pairs because the sneaker like hype is so crazy these days, and I knew for a fact that like more than half the people who cop these didn't even know the history behind this sneaker. So I definitely knew that a lot of people were going to cancel their orders, and luckily I was able to cop a pair when these restocked like around like 11:30 in the morning. So I feel so blessed to have copped these. I'm assuming that a lot of you watching this video are probably already familiar with the Dave's Quality Meat story behind this model. It's just that even before the rumors for these like the re-releasing spread around, I like stumbled upon this model by accident online, and I fell in love with them, and I checked the resale prices, and they were just crazy. So I thought, there's no way I'm gonna buy these for my collection. Obviously I had the cash to buy them, it's just that I don't want to pull the trigger for such a crazy amount on this pair. But lo and behold, Nike decided to re-release these around Air Max Day. So it's such a blessing that we are able to, grab these relatively easily. Now, let's dive right into the shoes. So, as you probably know, this derives its inspiration from, your everyday bacon, which is an everyday food that we consume. And I'm going to talk mostly about the aesthetics of the sneakers. So the most noticeable aspect of the shoe is probably this like burgundy colored suede material on the side panel. And this material is very smooth, and like the color is so nicely picked that it evokes the image of a bacon, nicely cooked bacon, and it's so smooth to the touch. And I think Nike did a really good job of picking out the material as well as the shade of red on this particular model. Right below that, you've got that leather pink swoosh, which also kind of reminds us of like the fat or the lighter parts of a bacon. And it's very smooth as well. It's kind of like that pebbled look to it. And then here below the mid panel, you've got that kind of like a slightly rougher cut of suede that is in this like sail or kind of cream color, extending from all the way the back of the shoe all the way to the front area of the shoe, as you can see here. And the texture is kind of a bit more rough compared to what we see here on the burgundy part of the shoe. And here on the like mid part of this area, you see the like Air Max text, all done in that brown plastic material with the grooves in there. This is like the typical detail that we see on a lot of Air Max 90 models. And on the front of the shoe, you see that more of that burgundy type of suede extending all the way towards the toe cap of the shoe. And then on the toe box, you've got this very nicely tumbled, smooth leather in this very sail or cream color once again. And the material is really point on. This is actually an NRG model, so I'm guessing that Nike did pay a lot more attention to detail and the materials that they use on this particular pair. And then you see more of that burgundy part of the shoe here, nicely stitched onto the toe box. And I think this is probably like the craziest part of the shoe, where you got a lot of mix of different colors. Like as you can see here on the lace holders, all done in this like kind of like rubbery brown material with the typical grooves that we see on Air Max 90 models. And then we got this, I guess like light yellow or kind of faded brown color, like cotton laces factory laced onto the shoe. And then you've got underneath that, you got that glossy pink mesh tongue here. And all of these colors are supposed to evoke the image of like a nicely cooked bacon. Obviously you can see, like a lot of pink and kind of like the greasy parts of the bacon, all translated nicely onto this model. And I think Nike and obviously DQM did a really good job of kind of like, putting this model together. And then on the upper of the tongue, you see that Nike Air tab, all done in brown and red text with the kind of like the cream colored stitching around the brown tab. And then once again you see that pink mesh tongue here. And I don't know, it's something about this part of the shoe is so crazy, and the colors are so nicely mixed together that I really like this part of the shoe. And then here on the back of the shoe, on the ankle area, you got that, once again, that nicely tumbled, smooth, cream colored leather all lining the ankle area. And on the back of the shoe, you got that Nike Air text in pink rubber. And then you got that heel tab all done in that brown rubber material with the grooves inside. And this, once again, is one of the typical features that we see on Air Max 90 models, except it's, Nike obviously, chose very nice colors to represent that bacon theme throughout the shoe. And on the medial side, it's hard to say that it's basically the same deal, but I mean, it's so nicely executed and it's such a beautiful shoe to look at. And the sock liner is really interesting in that this, I think, is actually that kind of like almost like greasy colored, kind of like light brown tan leather material for the sock liner, and it really has that kind of premium feel to it. I'm not really sure if the material is like that great, but it's good enough to give off that premium feel for this particular model. And then the back of the tongue is nicely padded with this kind of like cotton lining, and once again in that tan type of material. And then on the insole, I think the insole is also cool. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's in that, once again, that burgundy colored insole with the Nike Air text printed in, I think it's supposed to be light pink. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, it is actually light pink. Like the camera won't show it nicely, but it's definitely light pink, so you can probably see it for yourself once you have this model in your hands. And then the midsole is that typical Air Max 90 structure, where here on the back you got that brown type of midsole with all those grooves, and then inside that you see the air bubble unit, and the columns are all done in that light pink. So you can tell that Nike really like took this the extra step to keep like the colorway really consistent with the overall theme of the bacon, and so nicely done. And then here on the front part of the midsole, you got that kind of sail colored material once again. And then the outsole is all done in this kind of like chocolate type of brown color. I guess it's supposed to represent like the more like I guess like overcooked part of the bacon, where the bacon is really crispy and all. So I think they did a really nice job of picking out this particular color. And then the outsole structure is basically the same thing that we see on all Air Max 90 models, with these kind of like traction pods, I guess, with the flex grooves nicely placed inside, and it's such a beautiful shoe. QC wise, I think Nike could have done a little bit of a better job, because I think I saw this on like wear testers, and I think I've seen Nightwing talk about this, but you can see some like parts of the suede kind of bleeding into the next layer of the shoe, and I think Nightwing actually explained that, that's actually a good sign that Nike actually used nice materials like actual real leather, so that that like the colors are kind of bleeding into each other. So I guess it's an upside. It's just that there are some like small QC issues, but I'm not complaining at all. I'm just happy to have this pair in hand in my collection, and I'm so psyched for this model. And these actually do come with extra sets of laces. One is the pink laces here. As you can see, it matches with the swoosh right there, and then you've also have the red laces that kind of makes the shoe more pop. But in my honest opinion, I think the greasy colored kind of like tan laces go really well with the overall look of the shoe, because you already have some red and pink on the shoe already, and I think this is a nice way to kind of mute out the colors and kind of like keep the model like balanced. But I mean, if you were to switch them out, I don't think it should be a big problem. It should really make your shoe have more flavor, no pun intended. But anyways, this is a phenomenal piece of work, and I'm so excited to finally have this pair in my hand. I mean, who would have imagined this pair to ever return again, for the general public to cop for their collections. One thing that I'm kind of disappointed is that the packaging is quite normal. It just comes in that regular black Air Max 90 box with just like regular white wax paper. I'm not really sure how the original model came, like the original packaging, but it would have been really nice if Nike actually went the extra step to, at least put some like special paper in there. I mean, I forget about the box. If they actually like put in some, I don't know, some sort of like bacon themed like paper, I think that would have like killed it, But it is what it is. I'm just glad that we can have this for retail, and it's such a blessing. But that's just my little opinion. I think it would have been a very nice subtle touch from Nike, but. I don't know. I am at a loss of words when I look at this model. It's such a beautiful pair of sneakers, and I'm so excited. You can probably tell from my voice that I am really excited about this pair. Wearability wise, I think this should go pretty much well with like any type of outfit. It should especially go well with like kind of like khaki pants or slacks, given like the overall kind of like muted tone. I mean, it does use like red and pink on the shoes, but you can definitely tell that the tone is quite muted, so it should really go well with your casual wear. It should also go pretty well with jeans. I think like light colored jeans would probably go fit really nicely with these. So yeah, it shouldn't be a problem to pull these off with your daily outfit. Now, wearability wise, it's a little different. I rarely say this about shoes, but the Air Max 90s tend to fit a little tighter than other models. I'm not sure if it's just my case, but for me, I mean, I do go true to size, but it is true that I probably would feel more comfortable if I go half a size up. But I have this kind of like, I don't know, like obsession of like copying all shoes in the same size. So I used to go, I mean, I got these for like true to size as well. But if you want that extra wiggle room and more comfort in the toe box area, you should probably go half a size up for any like Air Max 90 models, especially because this one actually comes with leather instead of like some like mesh material. So it probably would be a good idea to go half a size up. But you could always go walk into a store and try on some like other Air Max 90 models before you make up your mind. So it really shouldn't be a problem picking out the right size for you. But yeah, that's just yeah, my little tip. And resale wise, I just checked on StockX, and then it seems like there's like $100 premium on these models, but honestly, I don't think that's a problem. This is a very special model, and we have no idea if these would ever release again in our lifetimes. I mean, I don't know, like that might be an exaggeration, but I think these return what, like after like 15, like 17 years. I've got to check the original release year, but I think it was something around like 2004 maybe. So that might be like 17 years since its original release. So uh, being really optimistic, we would probably see another retro in the next 17 years. But man, that's just like keeping up your hopes high. So if you want to keep cop these, this might be a really good time to pay that resale premium, because obviously. The original model used to go for like $1,000 plus, and there's a very slim chance of you actually being able to wear those, because like especially because like they're like 17 years old, and then you got the air bubble issue, which I'm pretty sure they're supposed to like break apart after like 10, 15 years. So yeah, I mean this would be a nice pair to pay that resale premium. And honestly, like if I were not able to cop these, I might have pulled the trigger on these, for that resale, because I'm never gonna have the original pair in my collection, and this is the best alternative that I could find for a relatively reasonable price. So, anyways, that's it for today. And once again, I feel so lucky to have copped this pair. Let me know if you guys were able to hit on this pair as well, and if you haven't, let me know if you guys want to cop these for resale, because I really enjoy talking to you guys about sneakers in general. So thanks for watching for today. I'll be pushing more content really soon. I actually have a pair of the Jordan 5 Stealth 2.0s sitting in my room, so I might actually do a back-to-back review. But anyways, stay tuned for more, and thanks for watching.